Hi, welcome to Citizen Survival Plan. In today's video, we're going to be doing the quick start guide to our pre-programmed DM-32UVs from Baofeng. To get started, we've already got the battery installed. It's just a flathead screwdriver and it goes right on and just slides into place. So we'll power these up. These come in no less than a 2-pack because they have encryption, and there's no reason to buy a single encrypted radio. And we sell analog versions of our radios also, and those would be a better choice if you're just looking to connect into the networks. Okay, now that they're powered on, these radios operate a little bit differently than some other analog type radios. These operate by zones. So if you hit OK, it's going to bring you to a menu, and you can go to the zones we've input. There is an encrypted channel list. Your radio is going to come with 4 encrypted channels. It's going to have all of your ham repeaters in there too. The GMRS and MERS simplex, the GMRS repeaters in your area, all 10 weather channels. If possible, I will put the fire and police channels in there. Now they're either going to be FM, and very rarely they'll be on DMR, and if I can, I'll put them in. And then there's going to be one more called GMRS Digital, and we're going to get into that in a second. So if we were going to click on one of these zones, let's just start with the encrypted zone, and we'll select. And that put the encrypted zone up here, and you're going to see it's going to say encrypted. And to activate the encryption on your encrypted channels, you're going to hold this lower button here, and you're going to hold it. You're going to see a shield come up. That means that that channel is now encrypted, and it's with your encryption that is made just for you and the radios that you purchased. No one else will be able to talk to you except for the other radios you purchased with this one with the encryption on. And we're going to hold it again to shut it off. And if you want to change the transmitting power, that same button changes it from high, medium, and low. Now with the encrypted channels on here, you can cycle any channel in the zone that you're on by turning the top knob, and you'll see all 4. You get 2 UHF and 2 VHF channels. So this radio in its B slot has that, and this has it in the A slot, and we'll just transmit to each other. You'll see they can connect. I do not have the encryption on, but anytime you wanted to turn it on, you would just hold that button. To switch from A to B on your channels, you just hit this home button. It's also got an arrow on it. There's a little marker that will just show you which you're on. Let's go back and hit OK again. Let's go to zones, and let's go to that GMRS Digital that's in here. What is that, and why do I have that in here? Well, I've always wanted a GMRS radio that can text without a cell phone app. So that is the whole point of this. There is no permission to transmit voice digitally on GMRS, but you can send digital text messages. So we have all 22 channels in here. They're going to be marked GMRS 11D, and there's a D after all of the digital versions. You're also going to see on that zone, it's going to say GMRS Digital, and there'll be another marker that says DIG, Digital. So don't transmit on it. In the event of emergency, you could do whatever you want, but in normal times, I would just use these to text. Let's go ahead and demonstrate how to do a text message with these radios. I have set these up with a quick button to get to your texting, and that is the P2 button. You'll tap that, and there's your inbox, new message, outbox, and quick texts. Quick texts are ones that I've put in here, and there's just a couple commonly sent things that I thought would be good to have in here. Yes, no, working on it, on my way. So let's go ahead and send a text message. I just got to make sure this radio is on the same channel. They're both on there, and you will send a text message. You can also type one in. That's the quick. You can send a new text message. I'm just going to put a letter here. You could type out whatever you want on this keypad. We're going to hit OK. Now you're going to have a contact list in here called TAC. That is what you're going to typically want to send it to, because it'll go to all the radios. Or you can manual dial. I will provide you what your radio's manual dial number is, and what that does is sends only a text message to the radio you have chosen. Every radio has a different number or ID, but all the radios that I set up will all be on a TAC network, and that's where you would typically text everybody. So let's send a quick text. On my way. Let's go ahead and send that. And we're going to do search contact. And there's that TAC I was talking about. That is your talk group. And there we sent a text message to this radio. And you can see on my way is to this radio. Now to exit this, you're going to want to hit back a million times. Don't do that. Just hit the P2 button. It'll cycle you back to the main screen. Okay, we're going to work on sending a text message through manual dial instead of texting the whole group. I could see that I just transmitted on this radio, and this is radio 1000. So I transmitted my information to this radio simply by hitting the push to talk. So we can either go down to text messaging or just hit my quick key. Let's just go ahead and new message. We're just going to hit A. We're just going to send something. Manual dial. I know that's radio 1000. Let's go ahead and send that over. Yep. We send it to radio 1000. And that's how that works. You can either do that, that's the manual dial, or as shown before, you can do the whole group, where you can just message the entire group. Let's go over really quick how to scan. So this scans a little differently than like an analog radio. You need to hit scan, go to scan list, and I'll have 3 different scanning channels in here. That is GMRS repeater scanning, ham repeater scanning, and this is your emergency services scanning. So if you wanted to listen to all the channels that I put in that list and you wanted to scan them all, you would set it, go back, go to scan switch, hit on, and it's going to start scanning. You're going to see this little indicator here. And depending on what channel you're on, either A or B, it's just going to scan that. So like right now, I'm in the GMRS Digital zone, but it's actually scanning the e-services currently. And if you wanted to stop scanning, you would just tap the home button. It'll shut that scan off, and you would do it all over again. Whatever you wanted to scan, you just pick your scan list and go from there. The last thing we've input on this radio for you is another quick key on the side, and it's this top button on the side, not the push to talk, but this one. If you tap it, it will go to the FM radio, and you can listen to any FM station you want. You can key a station in, or you can cycle like that. You can also hold the FM button to scan, and it will scan all the FM channels for you. And to exit, just tap it again. You'll go right back into your main screen. Thanks for watching, and thanks for purchasing one of our radios, and we'll see you in the next video.